Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Dunbar Snackbar. It's time for some more MLB The Show 20 gameplay and Road to the Show with Sigmund Sunwafer. This is going to be his first Major League appearance, which is going to be awesome. I'm actually really digging how this is starting off here because when I got signed by the Orioles, I didn't think about how this was going to go, but I got here really quickly because the Orioles really need help at center field. Like, I am the number 2 center fielder, I think. I might even be number 1 here when it comes to overall attributes. I think I am 2, actually, now that I think about it. But man, since they need the help, I skipped AAA. Here I am, and one of the things that's really cool, and I wasn't expecting this, is I love those black and orange jerseys. In fact, this whole series, we're going to have a couple good jerseys here to kind of be showing off. So I may, not necessarily saying for sure, but I may be kind of adjusting how often we're wearing these alternates because I think they're pretty cool. Like, I even like the hat. Those are my favorite hats for the Orioles. But you saw the record, 14-43. So Baltimore really does need some help. I don't think I alone will be able to turn around how the Baltimore Orioles have been performing. But the hope is that I can add a little bit more that might make the difference. The sheer speed that we've got with Sigmund Sunwafer, especially if he's leading off a game, you could put him on third base pretty easily with no outs. And so you start off the game with a run. Awesome stuff if we can do it. Well, there is the first fielding highlight of the majors. Just making a run up on that weak grounder. Just making the throw over to short. And here we go with the first at-bat. Let's see how this ends up going. Going up against Tanner Rourke, who's pitching for the Blue Jays today. Taking a look at what he's got. You can see a real difference between what my hitting options are between, or I can see the difference between what it is now in the majors and also in AA ball. A lot of that, of course, is influenced by the pitchers that I'm going to be going up against, but also, dang it, I thought I turned that off.
I got the count 0-2.
But another thing that, I got to take into consideration is I was on a hot streak for a long time in AA, and with me kind of starting fresh right here, I don't necessarily have that. So I was hitting earlier with more of the just regular swing, so just pressing X at the right time. But now I'm going to start hitting just contact hitting for a while until I can start building up my attributes a little bit more. I've been working on buying and trading some cards, equipment, and some stadiums for Diamond Dynasty. So I may just be taking some of those stubs that I've been earning through buying and selling and start working on getting some more diamond level equipment for Sigmund Sunwafer. Just that extra bonus with attributes will probably make a pretty big difference here early on. The hope is that it'll just increase the speed at which I'm gaining experience or gaining those attributes as we kind of move forward. Oh, I just realized that all his gloves are all orange. I may have to change that because that's going to annoy me. Not like they're ugly or anything, but yeah. All right, runners on first and second. This would be cool not only to get the first base hit of my Major League career, but also the first RBI too. I mean, heck, it'd be nice if I could advance the runner at first on over to third and I end up with a single so I can get my first stolen base here as well. We'll just have to wait and see. Second inning, so we've been able to get some offense going, but you see it's 4-1, so we really could use these runs right here. The ball that's inside. I'm going to be a lot more conservative with what I swing at, by the way, guys. Just kind of giving you a heads up here until I can feel a little bit more confident with stuff. But this one's going to go into shallow left. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run's going to come home, and that throw is off. And so I get the clutch attribute increase due to that RBI. It is now 4-2, so I've done my part. Keep that baseball. Somebody keep that for me, please. There we go. Thanks, coach. You know what? I will admit, Camden Yards is absolutely awesome. Like, you got the the park that was actually somewhat historic when it came to how things were designed. I was actually watching a video not that long ago about it, how it was one of the first parks to come back with, fence lines out there in the outfield. Like the wall is at a straight line as opposed to being rounded like some other parks. But here we go with the stolen base, and I am safe. So just like that, first hit, first RBI, first stolen base. Sigmund is going to be really hard to stop. Let's say his speed right now is at 94. Plus the equipment that I have, I think I am hovering over 100. That one's going to be caught. So I won't get my first run at least. But we're still looking all right here. At least I got us one run. Still plenty of baseball ahead as we're just ending the second inning. But here we are in the third, back in the field. Or back on the field. You know, it's nice being back at center. I will admit, though, it's going to take some adjustment getting used to it. If you had seen the last few games, I've been playing left field. And that was a nice change of pace. But I didn't have to move as much because I had the foul line that kind of restricted how often I would have to move to my right and how far I would have to go. But since I don't have that in center, I'm going to have to truck it a lot more to be able to get to the ball. We're going to go with hitting a single or better. This will be the easiest of them all to complete. And because I am doing contact hitting, the hope was I'd be able to successfully complete that one. But I failed. I failed miserably. That just wasn't a good swing. Totally understandable why I didn't get that one. And I was really wanting to get the hit right there. Hence why I swung at the first pitch, which I'm trying not to do as much. Catch is made. We're up 5-4 as we go ahead and end the top of the sixth inning. So we'll come up to bat next. Sunwafer is going to be starting off or leading off this inning here for the Orioles. See if we can get something going here. Chase Anderson now is pitching, but another one that's just not hit too well. It's going to be caught in the infield. Bottom of the eighth now. Score is still the same, 5-4. That was a good one that was right over the middle, but I dropped it a little bit more, anticipating we'd be seeing a breaking ball. Doesn't end up happening, so a high fly ball into the outfield. That's going to be it here for this one. At the very least, we come away with the win. So now we're at 15 wins on the year, and I think 43 losses. So I would like to make it so we don't have 3 times as many losses as we have wins. But we'll see what we can do. At least I was able to produce one run, and that run may have made the difference. We'll have to take a look and see what the score is here in just a little bit. But as I'm continuing to work through the majors and kind of getting a little bit better, I mean, we'll see the runs really start to build up with me too. Heck, stolen bases. I'm kind of working at a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to stolen bases here this season because I've been playing through the AA to reach to this point. And you've got people who are stealing bases who have more stolen bases because they've been able to play the entire season. So I'm going to have to play catch up with them. But as you've seen in some of the previous episodes, it's definitely possible that we could see 5 stolen bases in a game. And if that is something that were to happen, man, I'll be working my way back pretty quick. Nice contact with that one. You can hear just the crack of the bat. But even though everything was perfect on that, I still don't have the power to really drive it too much farther than that. And so I'm somehow end up on second. I thought that one was caught. We'll have to take a look at the replay and see what happened right there. Oh, it just went off of his arm. Okay, that's why I'm not out. I'm glad that one got scored a double and not an error, but I'll take it. Here I go for third. There is stolen base number 2 for my major league career. It's nice knowing now that getting to second and third is not going to be a problem for me at all. From what I've seen so far, it's just going to be like AA at this point. 90 feet away from home with 1 out here in the first. An 0-1 count, so there's a lot of ones I just said. That's going to roll into center field, and there is the first run for Sigmund Sunwafer. This is what I was talking about, where I think I'm going to really be able to make the most amount of a difference. Is just when I'm leading off, getting an early run here for the game. How much of that is going to impact the pitcher's confidence starting off, and just kind of the whole game, knowing that we're leading from the get-go. But again, we'll have to wait and see how this all goes. Remember, this is one series, so this is just going to be one data point. Like, yes, I'll have 3 games over this, but we'll have to see how the next game or the next episode goes, and so on and so forth, before we start really building an idea of how this season is going to go with Sigmund. Just like with Roberto's Road to the Show, I kind of got the same advice that I really need to work hard if I want to stay at the majors, because I could get dropped down to AAA. Oh, he's out. Man. Okay, so I feel like I need to explain myself a little bit. I probably shouldn't have done it necessarily right there, but one of the things with Sigmund is he does have some pretty strong bunting attributes. And small ball is one of those things that I definitely want to maximize as we kind of continue to build him up. And so I'm like, I haven't dropped the bunt. This would be a good opportunity to just surprise the computer and see what ends up happening. If that one would have been in the same position, I think maybe even on over to the left part of the field, we might have been looking at a different situation. But you know what? It's fine. Not too worried about it. We're still up 3-2 at this point, and with the way that I've been hitting, not just in this game, but the previous game, I'm not too confident I would have been able to get a base hit right there. Obviously, could be wrong, but there's a lot of at-bats like this one where I'm making contact with the ball, but it's not good contact. It's like right on the edge of where I should be hitting it, and that's causing some problems with some weakly hit pitches. Blue Jays are going to win this one, so they'll tie up the series. It'd be nice to come away winning this series against the Blue Jays, especially with what we're looking at for the record for the Orioles. Just got to try and build that up however I can, so at least we're not looking at a sweep here this series. All right, so we're going to go to Game 3 in just a second. So farewell to the orange uniforms, which are really awesome too. Gosh, the black and orange are cool. The orange and black ones there are awesome as well. This is one where it's like, man, I wish I could have like a custom jersey of the Orioles and Sunwafer or something like that. Maybe because I've been thinking about going and making shirts and stuff for the channel. And so maybe I'll make some shirts that have the Road to the Show guys in there too. So it's like an orange shirt with black lettering, or, orange on black or something. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. But on the back, it's got 98 and Sunwafer and all that. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right. 2-0 here. So already Blue Jays starting off producing some runs. Another weakly hit ball. What am I going to do to try and fix that? I hope I don't have to change how I'm hitting necessarily too much, because the strategy has really been just patience at the plate, wait for that pitch that for whatever reason is right over the heart of the plate, and that's the one that you end up destroying. Only swing at pitches inside the zone and advance a runner or drive in a run. You know what? Let's go ahead and drive in a run. A single ought to do it unless he's absolutely slow there at second. I don't even see who that is or what his attributes are, but that would be nice. Watching that one for ball one as it is inside. You can see we're dead last, and it's going to stay that way in the AL East. Trent Thornton pitching for this one. Gosh. Another one. Joe McDonald. His hobbies are farming. His hobbies are counting the lines on index cards and nail biting. There we go. Not as cool as Ed Drummond's, if you guys end up watching the Roberto episode for today. He had the best ones, not gonna lie. Well, I'm not gonna get that challenge, as I did not drive in the run. At the very least, I got him advanced on over to third, but there's 2 outs now. There's a very good chance he's not going to be coming home. Game's tied at 2, though, so maybe we did some good. Okay, this one not too far for me to have to get to, and the catch is made. Awesome. Get that fielding attribute up. Get that throwing up there too. I got to be just throwing some strikes to home plate here sometime soon. Making all the runners regret even trying to advance on me. Another opportunity here to potentially drive in a run if I can make some solid contact with, the pitch here at this at-bat. A speed of 68, again, a well-hit pitch could bring him from first to home, but I really got to hit it into the gap. I wonder if over time we're going to start to see the outfielders start to come in against me. Ooh, that one is going to be a base hit. It's not pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a base hit. I'll take it. The downside, though, to it is I can't steal bases. I'm not going to try and risk him going to third or anything. Dang it, out number 2 is that will be caught over his shoulder. Now 2 outs, 0-2 count here in the bottom of the 4th. Taking a couple steps away from the bag, swing and a miss for strike 3. And please don't let this be a common occurrence. At the end of AA, we had somebody who was batting, I think like 071 when it came to runners in scoring position, and that was usually me in scoring position. Just ridiculous. Dang it. I reacted the wrong way. Went forward when I should have gone to the side. A lot of that's just happened because of instinct. Like a lot of the pitches that we've had that have been hit into center field have actually been ground balls or have been hit in front of me. So there's a higher percentage of ones I have to move forward on than I have to move back. And I know, like in real life, you're supposed to take that step back first, or at least that's what I was taught. But I've been going forward to charge those ground balls and everything. Like I said, we'll see if I make the adjustment. Another one I didn't do that great of aiming on, bringing it down a little bit, and that pitch ended up being a little bit higher than what I wanted, hence the high pop fly. But game's tied at 3 now. I was going to say we were up 3-2, but the Blue Jays end up getting another run. This one in the top of the 9th. We'll see if we go into extra innings. I'll pick it up and get the throw in. So that could be the run that gets them the lead. With Jansen on first with no outs. It's not too much to think that he could be brought home. It'd be nice to see a double play or something like that right there. All right, bottom of the 9th. He didn't end up coming home. We're 1 for 4 today. And this one is going to make me 1 for 5. So I'm going to be batting 200 here after these last 3 games. Not pretty, but it is what it is. We'll, of course, be working on building that up here over the next few games. As long as I can just get better contact with those ones. I don't have to drive them deep, just get on base. We go into extra innings, top of the 10th. Here's another one I don't have to move for. Just make this one easy for me. Catch. Out. And will that be it here for the 10th? Ah, we got a run. So walk-off here for the Orioles. So we end up winning this series 2-3. That's what I'm liking. We'll see if we can continue this for the rest of the series. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, because there is more Road to the Show and other MLB The Show 20 gameplay to come later on. Also, make sure that you guys end up checking the description. You'll find a link to Patreon, which is the best way to support me and help the channel to grow. You've also got the link to the Dunbar Snackbar Discord down there as well. So drop by, say hi, say what you miss about sports, all that stuff. But you guys are awesome. You really are. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've watched this all the way through, put Orioles in the comment section so I know who has watched it. I'll make sure to reply to that comment. But again, you guys are awesome. You really are. Until next time, I hope you guys have a good one.